Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. How did yesterday go? There was some good setups after London session, but I missed most of them. I couldn't trade. And last night we had some very nice setups. Geo was one of them. Hope you guys took this. Also, Aussie dollar was one of them. And looks like I missed USD JPY. Oh, this was perfect. Aussie dollar didn't give a fake out. Last night I sent to my group and I said that this was not a good breakout. So what did I say here? We need to close below this wicks. Price after that came close back in the range. Even though I don't know if you can say that, because we have this where most of candles closed above this, and this is only one, so we could consider this one as our support here and our retest. But yeah, not the best break and retest. So right now on Aussie dollar, what can we do here? Let's take a look. Okay, so Aussie dollar has a zone here, and as you can see before, there were some rejections from this zone, and now we know why, because we have a good support here, and these two candles that got rejected means that there's support. Check the 4 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour. The 1 hour is pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. The only thing is that it's coming from another support. It's coming from support, and let me see. This looks, it doesn't look bad at all. Let me check the daily first. Okay, the daily looks the same. Looks like it got rejected from support. The thing is, you can see both these candles, they both closed bearish after rejecting this resistance, and then we have a break below this consolidation box. Finally, but this consolidation box on the 4 looks like it was a good break and retest, and the move was done. So entering now, I don't know if that would be good or not. I think it would be a bit risky than usual. My mic is perfect. I don't know what's the problem. Okay, so first of all, we missed USD JPY. Very, very bad. Thing now with USD JPY is that we can continue all the way up and fill this range. There's no traffic on the left, if we can say. We had some, but that's all the way up to the middle of this range. So this was a big consolidation box that happened before then, and we broke this, and look at the move to the downside. Now finally broke above, and we had a 4-hour break and retest, so a very good confirmation. If we go on the daily we're still at resistance, but the important thing is that we broke on the minor zone. We broke on the 1 hour, we broke on the 4 hour. So how can we enter a trade here? Let's see. So this was the breakout and the retest. If we close above this previous high, make a new high, a retest here, and continuation, I think that would be a good chance for us to enter. UJ cannot be considered as a weak break just because it's UJ and the range on UJ is smaller. And why would you say it's a weak break? It's a 8 pips breakout. On UJ it's perfect. Good morning, good morning. Okay, just a second. Gonna go through my charts, then I'm gonna go through your charts. So be patient. Okay, so USD CAD it's having a break and retest on the daily, and it's having a break and retest on the 1 hour. So which one should you trust? Okay, I'm just gonna check through all of them just to see if a break and retest is happening right now, so we don't miss. This looks like GJ closed above, and GCAD is staying above this, below this, sorry. Okay, who took CAD JPY yesterday? It was perfect. Okay, so you guys are saying that cat JPY broke this, and now you want to take the retest to continue up. It's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Yeah, let's see if it does come for a retest here. We'll see. GJ has the same as cat JPY. Okay, so USD JPY closed above. Not the best close, of course. Not the best close. So I wanted here to have good close above, then a small retest to continue up to this next zone here. But looks like it didn't. So the only option is to enter here because we missed the retest, and stop loss just below the previous candle here. Okay, I took UJ buys. Let's see if it does come a little lower. That would be great. Would have a better entry. Let's see. Okay, so stop loss is very tight because there's no need for more on UJ. It's just 7 pips below the previous candle. So what are we doing here? We're just going with the momentum here. We had a breakout here. Retest. Now price came and made a new high. Not a very good close above, of course, but I think it's enough. Just the fact that it closed bullish, that's enough for us. And now it's gonna make a pullback and continue up to the next zone here. So it's coming a little deeper. That's good for me. I'm gonna enter another position, and now I'm gonna expect this to continue up to this next zone. Of course UJ is gonna be pretty slow, but we need to have patience. Okay, let's wait and see now. It's a game of waiting. Okay, What about Euro JPY? Euro JPY, Euro JPY. Let's see. Okay, so Euro JPY first of all is at this resistance here. Then it has another one around here. It's a little bit messy, to be honest, on EJ. I don't know. I was only waiting for this support to break, but for buys, I think it's too messy. Unless we break this whole range to the upside, then I would be more convinced on EJ for buys. But other than that, not gonna look anything at on EJ. EJ is a little bit messy for me. Let's start to take a look at these charts now while we have some time. Okay, Euro JPY break a retest. Be careful because I just said about what can happen with EJ. I don't see a break and retest. How don't you see a break and retest? You see a breakout, you see a retest. Now we didn't enter on the retest, so we find another way. We had a bullish close, closed above the previous high here, small pullback, and continuation. Just another way of entering if you miss the retest. CAD JPY. Okay, so most of you guys are waiting for this. Good. Doesn't look bad. Looks like a good range to fill. And I don't see a problem really other than that. Let me check if CAD JPY has a strong resistance on the 4-hour or on the daily. So the reason why I wouldn't take CAD JPY is just because of this on the left here, which it may cause some problems. And daily, let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, it's the same with the daily. Same with dailies at resistance. I don't know. I wouldn't feel that comfortable if we would have a break above this on the daily. If we would have a break above this on the lower time frames, then I would take it. But we are below this resistance, just like we have USD JPY. The lower time frames has closed above the daily resistance. That's why I took it, because either way it would be too risky to take it. Let's see if it's going to continue. Imagine Euro and ZD wick fill. Well, it can happen. It can happen. Looks like we had a break and retest of this zone, but I think we had news. That's why it moved like that. Yeah, the news that we talked about yesterday. These were the news, and looks like we had a very big push. Let me check. Yeah, this was a 100 pip move. So one of the rules is to not take or the setup is too risky to take when it happens from the news. When it happens from the news, it's very risky to take it. And what I would do here is I would wait for a later on. Let's say when this candle closed above, then this was the retest, then that's what I would take it, and I would go for this target here. Of course, first the 20 pip target, then the extended target would be all the way up to fill this wick that created. Other than that, I don't know if I would take this break and retest because it was a massive wick and it happened from the news. So let's see, what do we have else? EA event went very nice yesterday. It just didn't come quite where we wanted, but it was perfect. We'll see today now. It may give us a chance. It looks a very good setup here. Plenty of rejections once we close above. This can be perfect. Then we have a clean traffic all the way up to this next target here. Let's wait and see. We need time. So this trade on the 1 hour is also based on the 4 hours. So the 4 hour time frame also has a breakout. So we have like a double confirmation. What would be the best trade here if would be to enter here, but we missed it. So we're just trying to go with this momentum of the previous break and retest. So let's see where it goes. Euro USD. Nothing much. Look, I don't try to trade Euro USD. Most of the time, I'm just gonna take a look at it and leave it because it doesn't give a really clean break and retest most of the time. They come pretty rare for us. So Euro USD. What I would be interested in only if we do break below this, then a retest to continue down. That's all here. This is all a consolidation box. For me, I wouldn't take anything here. So this is what I mean. This is all the consolidation box. The only thing maybe I would be interested in is if we do break above this middle zone, because like we say, every consolidation box has a middle zone, and this big consolidation box on EU looks like it has this middle zone here, and unless we break this a retest to continue up, then no trade. Or if we do break below this support, this 4-hour support, then I'll be interested. Other than that, I wouldn't take anything. EJ also is going to be very good if it does break this 4-hour resistance. It's coming for it again. We'll see if it's going to manage to break that. Benjamin, UJ is not a 4-hour resistance because it broke above. As you can see here, 4-hour closed above, a retest, and continuation. Now we'll wait and see how it goes. Are you in a trade? I guess I am. If you can see my chart, I guess I am. Forgot to see how many pips. Yeah, we have a 20 pip range. Not bad at all. I guess 10 pips is going to be first target. Then after that, another 10 pips, the extended target. Because on UJ, don't expect too much. Please GBP USD, please GBP USD. GBP USD. Okay. First of all, the only thing we can do on GBP USD is to wait for a breakout. If we do break above retest and continuation would be perfect, but I don't see GU breaking up right now. Have to wait and see. It's still rejecting. This zone is very strong. I think GU can still continue to the downside. This can be only a retest. Look at the daily. See, daily doesn't make sense to go up. See, we had all these candles closing above this, then we had this candle close below, and these two like a retest. The previous daily candle closed all the way bearish, and this one made a small pullback. I think this should still drop to the downside. I think it's just gonna take some time, but I see GU dropping today. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. We're gonna wait and see. If we do break below this, then it might give us a chance to. So right now we are in the middle of this consolidation. We wait for break either way. Okay, so now let's focus on UJ and see. It's gonna give us some pips today. How about gold? Look, I've said to you 100 times, gold is not for trading. Not gonna trade gold. Maybe not even until next year. Gold is not respecting any levels or anything. It just breaks every zone straight away. I think you should stay away from gold. That's it. That's the best thing you can do. Morning, morning. Will you be coming on live earlier tomorrow? Yeah, I will. I will come earlier. No worries. Just know that gold is too dangerous to trade. There are a lot of things that affect gold, so the best way is to stay away. There are a lot of other pairs that you can trade and are less risky, less dangerous. Yeah, let's see. GU can still drop to the downside. It's a very nice support resistance. Now turn that resistance after breaking it. Sent this trade on my group last night. It was perfect. I didn't take it because I was sleeping Asian session, but it was very, very nice. UJ is gonna take ages to start to move, so gonna look for another setup here if I can find it, because who knows when UJ is gonna start to move. I would take some sells on Aussie dollar here. That's what I would do. Because of this resistance here, and I see that we broke below. See, we broke below this pretty good support here, and we had rejections before. Then this candle came and closed below. But the only thing is that we have this small support down here. I think the only thing that can happen here is that price can come higher to make that retest. Yeah, Nicholas, I have a mentorship group. If you don't know that, let me see. Because I see a chance here on Aussie dollar. I do see a chance to enter some sells here. check. Really don't see how this can go all the way up and without rejecting the zone. I mean, let me check the 4 hour, how many pips we have to where this previous candle has closed. Yeah, we have 10 pips. I'm gonna enter some sells on Aussie dollar. Stop loss above the previous candle. Target the next major zone here. First target should be this one here. And taking this based on a breaker retest of this zone. And this is a breakout for me. And now the retest is happening. Okay, let's see. Why do you enter a UJ trade if New York and the Asian market is closed? I think the momentum is missing. You can say the momentum is missing when price would be ranging, but when you have a breakout, that means the momentum is there, because if there was no momentum, it wouldn't be able to break. And that's the reason. Okay, let's go Aussie dollar. Let's see, maybe Aussie dollar is gonna give us some quick pips, because UJ is too slow. Nicholas, just text me and I'll give you more information. Easy. Okay. What's happening with UJ, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, still nothing. UJ is still the same place. We need to push to the upside, and Aussie dollar should drop to the downside. We're already having a rejection. That's a very good thing. Let's see, we have a 20 pips range at least to fill here to the last low it made, but we'll see. We'll see first. Maybe we'll take 10 pips first, then leave some run. Are you still on UJ? Yes, I am. Did I say that I closed? No. So I'm still, until I say I'm closing UJ, I'm still on the trade. So I didn't say still. I'm holding both. The only reason I entered Aussie dollar 2 because UJ is going to move very slow and I'm using low risk on it, so I had more room to enter another trade. And that's it. So we have 11, 12 pips on Aussie dollar stop loss, and on UJ it's 7 pips stop loss, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so the only reason I would close this, let's say earlier, is if this candle would close back in the range again. That would happen, then yes. Okay. Let's wait and see. If you guys have any charts, send them. We have plenty of time. We can go through them. Gonna go get some coffee and I'll be right back. Okay, still pretty slow. We need more volume. Any trades taken yet? What's that question? What is that question? 2 trades active right now. If you guys just joined, then just take a very small time to go and just go back on the webinar when we started. Just a quick look. It doesn't take not even 1 minute. Whenever you see this thing here, you have to know that I'm in the trade. Even if I'm not, I'm probably gonna say always that I just took a sell or I just took a buy, one of these. And I always do. I always say when I enter trade, I took a buy or I took a sell on this or on this. So let's wait and see. Aussie dollar, very nice drop. Five pips. Okay, let's go. Another 5. We get 10 pips. Secure some and we leave some run. Is this the 4 hour? I don't know. What do you say? Maybe this is the 1 hour. Many. What's that question? I didn't expect that from you. Do you think people must watch unique FOREX Group video? That's my channel too. So you're gonna find the same thing here and there. Unique FOREX Group is the channel I first started, but then I forgot. I couldn't get the password back and I had to open a new one. Maybe I would just continue there, but I couldn't. The channel that's called Unique FOREX Group is not active anymore because I couldn't take it back, so I just left it there. No, no, no. Manny is a good guy. He's a very good guy. Can you go through the zones on ADSD? Yes, I can. Think about Aussie dollar is that it broke out of this consolidation, but at the same time it was rejecting this support, right? So kind of on the 1 hour it turned like a fake out, came back in the range, but still was not, because you can see the 4 hours still stayed below, and you can see these both candles of the previous ones before this big bearish candle, they both got rejected from the same level. So that's not a coincidence. And you go left, you see all these candles rejecting the same level. And now after this big bearish candle closed below, this should be the retest to continue down. But what did I say? Said that this can come a little deeper to make that retest because the level is a little bit higher. That was the only thing that Aussie dollar could do, but still this was a good entry just because the wicks are too big here, so we had to enter in a small range even though it didn't come higher. If it would come higher I would probably enter some more, but still it's perfect, I think. So I don't see this going. I think it should give us at least 10 pips, then it can continue up, but like I said before, at least gonna give us a rejection. It's a 4 hour break and retest, so it shouldn't disappoint. Let's wait and see. Okay, UJ is starting to push. Just made a deeper pullback. We'll see how far this can go. There's no new channel. Fun happens. You are right. The first retest is always the best. And it's been dropping many hours. Yes, it's been dropping many hours, but it's never enough. You can never say, okay, it has dropped enough now. It may do this or that. It may come back because it can always go more and more and more. Look at this push to the upside. There was no bearish candles, only bullish, 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 going through every zone. So I think the pullback that you're talking can be this one, right? So if there's resistance here, I can't say that it's gonna break because there's no signs, but I can say that it's gonna continue because I have confirmation. I have a breakout, I have a retest happening. Already got rejected first, now it's the second 1 hour candle that's trying to break. So I just have more signs, more confirmations that price should continue down, that rather than continuation to the upside. Yeah, but can this go up? Of course it can. Of course it can, but for now there's no confirmation that price can go up. Unless it gives us to think that, okay, this may continue up, then I don't think we should be worried at all. But like I said, the only thing can happen is price can come deeper for a retest, because look at all these candles. They have they all closing a little above this zone, but we also have some closing below this, so it's a little bit like two zones in between. So there's a chance price might come a little deeper for that retest then continue, but also it can drop from here. So entering at this point is because we don't want to miss it, and it's only a 5 pip range in between, so we entered in a 5 pip range. If it does push a little higher, we can enter some more. Stop loss is going to be just above the previous breakout candle, which means once it goes above this, I don't see price dropping all the way down after that. Every time price breaks a zone, then the next candle comes all the way and pushes above or below the breakout candle. That's always a sign that price is going to go the other way, not the way you're expecting. It's just a very good big sign that price may reverse. Yeah, if you caught sales on agent, then perfect. That would be the way better than this trade, I think, because there was a lot of momentum. The drop was didn't happen yet, so you had a lot of room to continue down. Thing now is it just becomes more risky because we already had pushed the downside, but still can continue, still can drop. Just that we want to catch these first ones because there's a lot of momentum and you're a lot more comfortable. GCAT can drop a lot from this. If it doesn't break up, this can melt to the downside. We already have 2 4-hour candles that are rejecting. Let me see. Yeah. If I would see this candle closing all the way bearish below this, I would be pretty sure it's going to drop all the way down to fill the range. Other than that, I wouldn't risk. GJ went pretty nice. Wow. Anthony, Euro NZD almost filled the wick. Wow. Too many pips is my bro. Gonna call him tomorrow if we can come to the stream. Let's see USD CAD. Maybe USD CAD, if it does break below, we can get a chance there. But for now, it's not very nice. Okay, UJ is climbing up little by little, but man, even 10 pips are nothing, and for UJ seems like impossible. Seems like it has to move way too much for 10 pips. Manny, you didn't come late. All trades were at break even when you came. Could have entered, but maybe you were not ready to risk anything right away. You were thinking twice maybe. Let's see. Aussie dollar probably is going to push a little higher, but we'll wait and see. See now, since UJ pushed up, we are coming close to the candle close, to the next hour close. So if it does close like this, I'm just going to put my stop all the way up below the last, below this wick here, this current wick, once it does close like this. Because I want to see another rejection from here, then coming all the way up again. That would be not a good sign. So I'm just gonna wait and see. Let's see how it closes. If it does close above, then there's still chance of continuation. If it closes below, then I'll probably close at break even, because wouldn't be a good sign for us. Let's wait and see how it's gonna close first. Where do you see Aussie dollar heading up to before a reversal? I'll take a look at Aussie dollar. I'm just gonna wait for UJ to see how it's gonna close. Then I'll go to Aussie dollar, because I want to decide if I want to hold this trade or not. Aussie dollar, like I said, can push a little higher, but not too much. Should stay below where the previous 4-hour candle started. Anthony, I don't know what you're rating on Aussie dollar, but you have to be careful if you want to take buys, because 4-hour is at resistance, so it's too risky. Okay, gonna move my stop loss just below the wick here, which would be 2-3 pips. Since this was the last pullback here, I think it shouldn't come lower than this. Now it should stay above, either push to the upside or drop all the way down. We'll see. Starting to climb up. We need at least 10 pips, so for now only 2-3 pips stop loss. Not gonna risk anything more than that. Okay, so Aussie dollar, the most it can come is 0.71350. The most can come is this price here, 0.71350, then continue down. Can still continue down from here too, but like I said, we have some candles closing all the way above here, and that could be like a deeper retest. Let's wait and see. Okay, let's see. UJ is pushing, it's a good sign. Let's take a look at this chart from Tyler. CHF JPY 1 hour, it looks good. It looks good. Already a lot of rejection from this resistance. Looks like a big consolidation box. Yeah, if it does close above, you might have a good chance. I don't know what's left, but it can go pretty nice, I think. What's your take profit on UJ? On UJ, my take profit is first 10 pips, then 20 pips to continue even more. Why is the first one 10 pips? The first one is 10 pips because UJ doesn't tend to move very much, so a quick 10 pips is at least that it can do. And 20 pips is the second one because it's the middle range of this consolidation box. So the reason we took this is because we had a 4-hour break and retest, and we missed the retest. So what did we do? We waited for the 1 hour. So once the 1 hour got rejected all the way up, we waited for this candle to close bullish. Once it closed bullish, we knew that we're going to have a pullback before pushing higher, and we waited for that pullback. We entered. Now we're going to aim for another 10 pips. Let's see, for 10 pips here, then 20 if UJ decides to move, because it doesn't really move that much. So we'll see if it's gonna move or not. It's taking some time as always, but we'll see. Okay, Aussie dollar, very nice. Starting to push down. But we need another 5 pips drop. That 1 hour drop was very nice. Very good sign. See, now once this 1 hour goes below the previous one, I'm gonna have a better drop, even a better drop than this. But now if this candle rejects all the way up, that's when I'm gonna consider closing this before. So let's wait and see. The average that a pair is gonna move after a breakout is 15-20 pips on most of the pairs, but on UJ is less because UJ tends to move slow, and sometimes or most of the time 10 pips can be enough unless you want to swing it or hold it for longer. So let's wait and see. Yeah, so I'll probably move my stop at break even in UJ, because after rejecting all the way down, it wouldn't be very comfortable to hold it. So I'll put my stop at break even, and I'm not gonna hold it if it does come all the way down again. Let's take a look at this chart here. Euro Australian dollar. Yes, it does look pretty good. I said also before that if we do close above this resistance, it can be a very nice trade. It looks good. There's no traffic on left until this next resistance, so it makes sense. Closed UJ at break even. Not gonna hold anymore. I don't like that it got rejected all the way down. Let's move. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar also got rejected. Like I said, it wouldn't be a very good sign if it does come all the way up. If this turns bullish, then it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Now I'm not gonna hold UJ. It wasn't a break and retest first place, so I wanted to catch that momentum. It didn't really move, only 5 pips, that's nothing. So I'm gonna leave that and see what happens with Aussie dollar. If this also, if the 1 hour goes bullish, then there's a problem, because it can push a lot more than that. This needs to stay around here. This needed to go below the previous 1 hour candle. Rejecting all the way up, it's not a good sign. Not a good sign. But I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this until stop loss hits or take profit hits. Thing is that it's only been 10 minutes for this candle that opened, so we have another 15 minutes until it closes. So It may do some things before moving, but I'm gonna hold this. This is way better than UJ actually. UJ was not a classic break and retest. We entered it after the break and retest to follow the move. But this is a break and retest. And as long as it stays below this level, then there's nothing to worry about. Unless the 1 hour goes bullish and pushes all the way up. But we'll have to wait and see. Looks like we are very close to 3K subscribers. Another 100 people, and we're at 3K. Share it with your friend, guys, if you think this is helpful and can help all the people. Let's grow this together. We are trading the slowest pairs that exist. Aussie dollar and UJ. UJ, we're done with UJ, but we were before. It's just too slow. Too slow. Looks like GU is pushing up. We'll see what happens with UJ, with GU. Even if it does break above, I'm gonna be a little hesitant to take this trade. I may rather look for a fake out here than a break and retest. Still don't see how it's gonna break this strong resistance here. Still maybe can reject after the first touch here. Okay, we have EJ. Okay. Looks like EJ closed above. Just above resistance, but not enough. I think it's a very small breakout. The thing is, I think this should be the right support here, because this is only one candle here, and this is where most of the candles are closed. The only problem is that the 4 hour is not closed yet, but the 1 hour is. Okay, what should I do? Let me check how many pips I can use as stop loss. 15 pips. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I think EJ needs to reject this zone here and pushes up at least for another 10 pips. Yeah, I'm gonna enter some EJ buys. Thing is, it already got rejected a bit, so I'm just gonna leave some room for it to come lower. I'm gonna leave some room if it does come lower to enter some more. Let's see. It looks very good actually. EJ looks very good. It's not the best breakout. It's not very strong breakout, but I think it should be enough for another 10-20 pips move to the upside. Only thing is that this needs to come a little lower for that retest. And stop loss is going to be around 15 pips, just because I want to leave some room. If price closes back in the range, I can, manage this to exit on the retest, to exit at break even, to not let this go too much in drawdown. Now, the only thing is we need a little deeper retest here. Let's see if it's gonna come. I already entered some, but only have here what I would enter. Okay, EJ, very nice. First target is to fill this wick. Then after it, maybe even more. We'll see. We have 8 pips right now. Once it hits this zone here, the last wick that touched the zone, that's when I'll move my stop at break even and leave some run. Well, let's see. Even 10 pips. If it does a 10 pip move, at least, I'll be done with it and move my stop at break even. Let's see. We don't really have anything on the left, so this can go a lot more actually. If the 4 hour breaks too, gonna have a double confirmation, and this can go a lot more. This can go a lot more. It's just about when the 4 hour is gonna close to. Let's see, maybe it's gonna make a move even before the 4 hour closes. Depends. We'll have to wait and see. Wow, very nice push. Very nice. We have 10 pips now. You can secure some, and I'm gonna move my stop at break even. Stops at break even. Very nice 10 pips push towards quick. Very, very nice. See, UJ took 2 hours and moved only 5 pips, while EJ did it in a second. Not in a second, but 5 minutes. Didn't wait at all. 10 pips secured. This should at least come to fill this wick. After that, we'll see. Oh, John Wick. I didn't see your text actually, but thank you. Appreciate your work, or how to say, nice work. Very good. Give John Wick a thank you. A big thank you. AUDUSD. What about AUDUSD? I think I'm just gonna hold this still. We'll see what happens. Still gonna hold this. Taking some time, but still needs to move to the downside. Unless I see another confirmation that price should continue up, then I don't see a reason why I should close this for now. So I'm just gonna wait. Still gonna hold and wait. See what happens. Because for now, just what's happening right now? It's rejecting the zone, right? So it's having problems to break this. That's a good thing for us. But we need to wait. We need to wait. Man, if EJ closes like this also on the 4 hour, I'm gonna have an epic trade. It's gonna come all the way to make a retest and fly. Make some new highs here. We'll have to wait and see. Same for GJ. For GJ, I don't know. Let's take a look. Well, if GJ breaks 2, it's gonna be a massive move. Because like I said last night, this is a key level for GJ. If we do close above this daily zone, I don't know what can stop GJ from going all the way to 140.800, all the way to 141 actually. So there's no really strong zone in between. This was a consolidation that happened on the daily. For days couldn't break either to the upside or downside, but once it did, look at the move, and once it did break below, look at the move. So the same thing can happen again. You know, if we do have a good close above, then yeah, but it should be at the 4-hour, because with the 1-hour I wouldn't trust the 1-hour that much. If the 4-hour closes too, then it will be a way better confirmation for us, but we need a good close above this. Unless we have a good close, then I'm not gonna look for anything there. Let's see if EJ is gonna push more. Needs to. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. Yeah, if it does break yesterday highs, GJ, then we might have a very good setup coming up. Wrong chart, or maybe not. Yeah, it's a wrong chart. Cruise, you have to send the chart again. A valid link. Let's see, EJ is pushing more. See how far this can go. Aussie dollar now is pushing higher, and like I said before, it can't go higher than this. Once it comes all the way here, that's when I'm gonna close. This is the highest that it can come. We'll see what happens. Stop loss is just above the previous breakout candle. Once it goes all the way up here, then I'm not gonna hold it more than that. Yeah, this is not a good sign at all. Unless it rejects, this is not a good sign for Aussie dollar. We'll see what happens. The 4 hour still needs to drop to reject this level. Only time when this would be not valid anymore once we come here and push above the previous candle. But other than that, still there's room to continue down. My bias are not changed yet. They're not changed yet till I see something that might change them. At what point do you lose confidence in a trade and close the trade? I lose the confidence in a trade when it starts to give me signs that price is going to continue up. For example, in this case, at this point, there's nothing that can make me think that price is, can lose my confidence. Because we're still at resistance, unless we close above, there's nothing to worry. It's just going to take some time, and we are taking our trade on the 4 hour. What does that mean? That this can take at least 4 hours to play, and we're only waiting for an hour on this setup, so this can take a lot more maybe. You can see the previous one. You can see how price took some time, did some rejecting before continuation. So the same thing can happen here. You can't just expect to go all the way down right away. It may take some time. And the first one actually did got rejected pretty much like 10 pips maybe. Let me check the 1 hour. This candle almost rejected all the way down, but still was not enough. We are looking for a bigger move, so we're gonna have to wait. Can take time. If this 1 hour candle, let's say, closes bullish all the way up here, then maybe I'll consider closing my trade before hitting my stop loss. But see how it got rejected. So like I said, the most it can come is this price here, 0.71350. As long as it stays below this, we are still good to continue down. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. There is still time. Next 1 hour, once this 1 hour closes, we can take some hints from Aussie dollar and see. Happy birthday, Andres. CAD CHF for our breakout. I don't know why you point here, but this is the breakout candle, this big bullish candle. Retest, waiting for retest. I don't know what you're waiting for retest. Looks like you're already in. If you are already in, then all good. Seems like a perfect break and retest. Except that's coming from another zone. Might be a bit risky, but probably is going to continue up. Chances of continuation are pretty high here, since you had this big consolidation box here and finally had a very good breakout, retest, continuation. Looks very good. Okay, EJ is pushing. See how far this can go. See if we have any news today. So it looks like we have some Euro news in 20 minutes, but it's all low impact. There's no high impact news all the way until this USD news come, which is in almost 4 hours later. So looks like nothing to worry about for the news. Still, I think EJ is gonna stay around there for some time until the 4 hour closes, and then once 4 hour closes, we're gonna get a retest and continuation. Depends if it does break or not. We'll see. We have to wait for the 4 hour break close. Yes, it can give us a very nice setup if the 4 hour closes too. 1 hour was very good. Let's see if the 4 hour is gonna be the same. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. Your CAD 1 hour. What can I say? It looks good unless you are coming from another zone. This coming from another zone, that would be a bit risky, but it doesn't look bad at all. Looks pretty good. I think just your stop loss, it's a little big, a little too big, I think. Maybe you have to reduce it a bit, because there's no need to use the 25 pip stop loss. Because once it closes above, then there's no reason for you to hold. Once it does close above, then you will either exit here or wait for price to come lower and exit at break even. So I think you should reduce at least for another 5 pips, then it's good. Yeah, Aussie dollar is starting to melt little by little. We'll see how far it's gonna go. Are you still holding NZD USD runner from Friday and EuroCAD from Monday? No, I'm not. I closed them. I closed them both. EA setup. Let's take a look at EA. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good unless this was not a rejection. Because if this was a rejection, well, yeah, we still have room to go up. Still have room to go up. If it does close like this, a retest and continuation would be pretty good. Waiting for that still. GCAD, what about GCAD? GCAD still at the same place, nothing else happened. Just made another rejection. Like I said before, the only time I would take this is if it does come and close bearish below this, a retest and continuation. That's when I would take sells on GCAD. Other than that, nothing. Looks like EJ is still at the same place. UJ the same. Nothing much happened. Oh, looks like we missed USD CAD. Clean break and retest. Anyway, we were on other setups, so it doesn't really matter. We'll see this Aussie dollar where it's gonna go. It's taking some time. We'll see. Coming to the 1 hour close. So next one should melt some more. Don't downside. We need at least 10 pips. Not gonna aim for too much on Aussie dollar because it's not the session maybe for Aussie dollar, but it still can move. Doesn't really mean that it can move. We'll see. Once we get 10 pips, then we can secure some, leave some run. But yeah, Aussie dollar, UJ are pretty much very slow. Very nice, very nice. Congrats. 2 trades, 2 wins. Very nice. Now you have to protect your profits. Don't make a mistake risking all of them. Okay, we have a 4-hour close on Aussie dollar. That's a very good thing right now. Should we move our stop at break even? For who? Not on Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar now closed below. The 4-hour closed below. Next one should continue down. Maybe it's gonna make a small wick here, small push to the upside, then drop all the way down. That's what I see. At least 10 pips. At least 10 pip drop we need here. Then we'll see what happens. Very good close. Based on this 4-hour, we have a very good close. Oh, you mean the stop loss to lower our stop loss? I think there's no need right now. Okay, what happened with EJ? What happened with EJ? Okay, it looks like we have a breakout on EJ. Let's see now. If it does come for a retest, we're gonna take it. But it needs to come at least here at 125.350 maybe 370. Once it does come at 370, I'm gonna take it. Stop loss gonna be, let me check here. I think around 15 pips. There's no need for more. See, new high created on the 4-hour, a good breakout, also 1-hour breakout. Now all we need is a retest and continuation. Let's wait and see. Aussie dollar is starting to push down, and that's a good sign. Yeah, we can't miss EJ, so whenever it comes for a retest and I'm not on EJ chart, let me know. We have to catch EJ. UJ finally pushed up, or not. Yeah, still the same place. Still the same place. Now maybe it's time to push up. But what we need is EJ 4-hour retest here. We need a retest on EJ. Yeah. GU got rejected like I expected. Didn't see this going all the way up without rejecting at least the first time. We'll see Aussie dollar. It's gonna take some time. It is going to take some time. Is this GBP NZD up or down? I don't know. I don't trade GBP NZD. It's not on my list. But you can send a chart and we'll have a look at it. Okay. GJ also 4-hour. No, not valid for me unless I wanted a break above this. Also a break of the 4-hour above this resistance, which would be also a daily above the daily zone. So for me it's not valid. I'm gonna stay away from GJ. GJ is not valid for me. Okay, GBP CAD. GBP CAD. So many rejections. Unless we break below this, there's no trade for you. Once we do that, a break and retest would be perfect. So we're gonna wait for that. Your CAD. Your CAD got rejected too. Not bad. CAD JPY looks like it went pretty good. Even though it didn't come for that better retest that we wanted, but still. GA is always a messy pair. I don't even want to do analyze on it because it's not good. It's never good. It gives setups very rare. Still at this resistance. I wouldn't say this is a break and retest. It's too weak for GA. GA needs to have a very good breakout to be valid because it tends to make a lot of fake outs. Euro NZD made a very good move. Filled the wick all the way up. 60 pip range. It's crazy. Okay, let's see Aussie dollar still trying to push down. Needs to come below this. You see, immediately you can see how it's creating a minor zone. See how it's creating minor zone. First of all, we had these two candles or three candles, previous candles that were rejected. Then we have another three candles that are rejecting this zone right now, which means we have a small minor zone here. And once we go below this, like I said before, it's game over for Aussie dollar. We need to go below this. Once we go below this, a small pullback and continuation. This is causing problems for Aussie dollar. That's why I can't push through this. So gonna be careful about this. If this candle now goes all the way bullish, I'm probably gonna close at break even or a small 2-3 pip loss. That's what I think. This shouldn't go bullish. This should continue, break this minor zone here. Once it does that, we'll have a good move to the downside. But if it struggles to break this, then it's not a good sign at all. Just like now it's rejecting. And I'll probably look lower my stop loss, like I said. Yeah, so somebody asked me, should we move our stop above the wick? Yes. I'm gonna move my stop just above this, which will be 6-7 pips. So my stop is just above this previous wick here. Let's see. Okay. EJ didn't give us a retest. It's going up without one. What happened with EA? EA no retest also? Yeah, no pullback. At least we cashed EJ first move. Let me check. I still have a position running on EJ from the 1 hour trade. But wanted that 4 hour retest to enter again. Didn't come. So once EJ makes a 15-20 pip move, then I don't think I'm gonna take if it does come for a retest. Once it fills this wick all the way up, maybe once it comes here it can also push more, so I don't think it's gonna be valid anymore to enter on the retest. So we'll have to wait and see. I think it's already done the move. This is 10 pips, another 5, and it's almost done. In the meanwhile, Aussie dollar is very slow. Looks like it's gonna turn bullish, but we lowered our stop loss. So even if we lose this, we're still gonna be in profits because we took a nice win on EJ. USD CAD retesting. USD CAD already did the retest. Where do you see that retest anyway? I thought you were talking about this because it's already done. The break and retest was done here. I don't see anything else right now here. Maybe you're talking about taking buys. If you're talking about that, I wouldn't suggest, because the daily made a break and retest too. So this makes sense to drop even more based on the daily. If you were in the beginning, I talked about that. And the reason why I didn't take buys here, because I had first thoughts were to take buys after I saw this breakout and the retest happening. But when I look at the daily was making a break and retest. And I left USD CAD because I knew that lower time frames and higher time frames are not matching with each other. And EJ is flying already 20 pip move, so it looks like it's gonna be done. No trade when it comes on a 4 hour, if it does come. Yeah, Aussie dollar is pushing the wrong way. Yeah, if this starts to push up, it's gonna make a new high above this and continue probably. We'll see. Needs to stay below this. Wow, EJ went perfectly, but 4 hour didn't even try to make a pullback. It made a very small pullback, but not enough for us. Euro USD, no trade here on Euro USD. UJ is still at the same level, nothing really happening there. GU, maybe GU is gonna give us a trade here, a break and retest. We already had a break and retest below this. Was the breakout, the retest filled the range. It got rejected one more time here, and now it's trying again. Would be a good trade, I think, if it does close above. And do we have the next target? I think it can be reached pretty easy, but still having doubts that this gonna continue up. I mean, the daily was pretty convincing to me that it's gonna continue down. See the daily. We had this support on the daily. This candle closed below. These two candles tried to push up, but they still came and closed below. This one, I'm saying that this can be just a pullback on a daily, a retest to continue down. But the thing is, it already did that on Asian session. It filled the range, made the break and retest continuation. Now is the second time, and we cannot be sure if it's gonna break or not. So all we can do is wait for this resistance to break, or if it does stay below, then there's no trade in this range. There's no trade here unless we break above. What about CAD JPY? CAD JPY is, we'll see. We'll take a look now on CAD JPY. Just first, let's take a look at this chart. Let's take a look at this chart. Retesting EuroCAD. EuroCAD already did a retest. Now it's too risky. It already did a retest and made a rejection. So it's the second time now. Already, you know, 3 times actually. 3 1 hour candles got rejected. I wouldn't really touch your cat right now. It still can continue, but cat JPY. Cat JPY made a break and retest here. Didn't quite come where we wanted, but still it was a retest because, like I say every time, it can reject from the wicks and it can also reject where candles are closed. So this time got rejected from the wicks, and it was a very small range. How many pips? 3 pips range. So some of you took that. Other than that, GBP CAD. So like I said before, this is a very strong resistance. What do we need is, like I said before, a break below the zone, a retest and continuation. That would be our confirmation. Okay, so like I said, this is small minor zone and this is the major zone. We took this kind of trades a lot of times, and I think it was 2 times on GBP CAD because uh, it's happening a lot of times lately. So like I said, the 4 hour is still rejecting this, uh, lots of rejections, but it was too risky to take it. We needed more confirmation. Once this candle closes below, then we have a good confirmation, a retest, and all the way down to this next support. That's my plan. GJ, I think GJ, I'm not going to touch it. It's still at this strong resistance on the daily, so I think I'm going to skip it unless we get a break on the 4 hour above this daily resistance. Then I don't think I'm going to take anything. Gonna try to stay away from GJ for now. We wanted to break above, it didn't. The 4 hour stayed below. If the 4 hour would close above this, then I would consider it, but right now, not gonna consider. Euro SZD, I think right now there's no trade. The trade was this one here, this bullish candle, the retest of this zone. So this was after the news, because on the news we don't take it, and the move is done. The wick fill happened, 60 pip move to the upside, very nice. Will you do 200 to 12k in the future? Maybe I will. I'm planning to do a simulator session, 1k to 1 million. I'll do it live for everyone, but there will be a small fee to join. If you guys will be interested, we'll see on the next days if I can do that. It's going to be a long webinar. Aussie dollar still at the same place. We might get stopped here around 5-6 pips. It's not moving down still. Like I said, this minor zone is causing problems, and they might continue up. If it does go above this, then we may even have a break and retest, but I don't think so because we have another one here. We have two zones in between, so if I do get stopped here, I don't think I'm gonna take anything else unless price comes all the way down again, breaks this minor zone, and then goes and fills this range to the downside. Other than that, I don't think I'm gonna take anything else. Just going what we can have here for New York session. GU also can be a good trade. It can be if we do have a clean break above, a retest and continuation. But I think it's gonna be some rejections before breaking. It's a very strong resistance here. It's not gonna be easy to break. Yeah, EJ went pretty good, but I don't think I'm gonna take it later on when it comes for a 4-hour retest because it already made the move. Okay. Yeah, Aussie dollar got stopped too. I got stopped out. We'll see if we can get a better one. Took too much time. Once it takes too much time, it just loses that comfort. Yeah, been very slow, very slow day. I think I'm gonna take another entry, another trade possibly. After that, I don't think I'll take more. Already took two. UJ was a break even. EJ was a good win. It went pretty good. 10 pips, 12, 13. I don't know how many it was, but it was a good one. Aussie dollar stopped out. Aussie dollar can still continue down. This is a very strong zone, but needs to stay below. And this minor zone on the 1 hour caused the problems. This 1 hour minor zone created problems. That's why it couldn't push more than that. It couldn't break this. And if price drops from this resistance again, we know when to focus on. We know that we can't take a trade here unless we break this minor zone. Once we break this minor zone, it's a free fall to the downside, but right now there's no trade. As long as it stays below this, there's still chances of continuation, but before that, no. What if price closes above this? The thing is, you have the next one very close, next resistance, which was this big consolidation box, but anything can happen. Right now there's not much volume, so we can't expect too much. I don't see this breaking up all the way up back in the range again, but if that would happen, we'll see if it does happen or not. Not much happening, not much, unless GCAT gives us a trade. GCAT can give us a trade here. Let's see. If this candle closes like this, we'll have a good trade here. Just need to stay below. A retest, can enter on the retest, and all the way down to the next one. Stop loss, it's gonna be, let's see, 10 pips just above the breakout candle. So this would be perfect. Let's see. We have to wait for this candle to close. I think I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, and if I don't get anything on this next 1 hour, then I'll probably wait for New York session and later on see if I can catch anything. Okay. Okay, we are coming to the candle close, closer and closer. What do we have? G rejecting again. No surprise at all. There's chances of USD CAD rejecting the support. See, last time looks like we had a fake out here based on this zone, because this candle closed below, but this one closed back in the range, made a retest and continuation. Looks like a classic fake out, but now no trade yet. UJ closed one more time above. Let's see this. See, we're waiting. This is a very nice level. This is a very good level for UJ. This was a very strong consolidation box for UJ, and when it finally broke below, look at this move all the way down. Now same thing can happen to the upside. It just can take time. Thing is, this candle closed above. This one made the retest, and it still closed bullish. And this still needs to continue up unless we have a close below the support, a retest and continuation. Other than that, there's no signs for sells here yet. No signs for sells. EJ went very nice. I knew this trade would be epic, but man, this 4 hour just didn't come good enough. No, Aussie dollar didn't take profits back because it was a smaller loss. EJ was almost double profits than Aussie dollar, but if you risk the whole profits, then bad decision. Because I say that all the time. After the first win, you always only risk some small percentage of the profits. You protect them once you start with a win. Yeah, GJ is rejecting. Let's see, let's go. GCAD can give us a trade. Just needs to stay here because if it does the move all the way down, then there's no trade for us. It needs to stay here to make the retest, then continue down, not continue before making that retest. That would be very bad. Hello man, Baitullah, welcome. Not a very bad day, but a slow day. Let's see, this can be a very good trade. We are close to the new 1 hour candle. I only do break and retest. That's right. And yes, no lower than 1 hour. Only 1 hour and 4 hour end up daily too. But not lower than 1 hour. Only higher time frames. This will be good. This will be good. If we do have, if this makes a retest, it's gonna be very nice. Good thing he didn't drop before making the retest. Let's see. This will be our trade. Stop loss just above the breakout candle. Target to the next zone here. We have a good range to fill. And yeah, we have 20 pip range to fill. 10 pip stop loss, perfect. And GCAD is pretty volatile, so will be very nice. Can give us some quick pips. This is what I don't like. It's pushing lower. You need to do that a 10 pip pull back. Needs to still stay around in the middle, because the next candle can push straight away and then come back, and that's what we don't want. We want the retest right away. Looks like there's no luck today. There's no retest. There's no trade after this. That's how it looks like based on this huge drop. retest on the next candle, of course. There's no retest on this candle. Yeah, GCAD already done the move. Unfortunate. This was on the 4 hour, but we didn't take this. Looked a bit risky, so we wanted to wait for this minor zone. Way more comfortable taking this. Now price already did the move. No retest. No retest. Aussie dollar. Not gonna take anything. Aussie dollar, it's gonna be in this range. So unless it breaks below this, then I'll take a look at it. But if it does break above this, you have the next zone right here, and it's gonna be in between. So for the upside, we need a close above this. If we close above this, then a retest, we have a chance to go long here, but we'll see. There's not much volume for price to go to break this strong resistance. This is a very strong resistance on the 4 hour. I don't think it's going to be easy to break it. It's going to take some time, just like GU got rejected again because it can't break this. Yeah, on GU, yeah, I just found out something on GU. Since we are rejecting this resistance, looks like we also have a middle zone in this consolidation box. Like I say every time, always there's a middle zone in between in a consolidation box. So if we do close below this, a retest and continuation would be perfect. Also a rejection from a 4 hour resistance, I think that would be very good. Yeah, Aussie dollar doesn't have volume because sessions are closed. That's why I'm saying until London session, it doesn't really seem that it's going to make a move. GCAD doesn't look good. We wanted a retest of this zone. But what if we do close below this? I wouldn't be that sure. I don't know. Looks like we have some range, some free range to drop here. Free traffic. But we need a good close. Let's see what happens. GJ sell. Why would you sell GJ? There's no confirmation. Look at EJ. 30 pip move. Let's take a look at EU 4 hour. 4 hour EU needs to break this. If it does break that, I'll be the first one to take it. Unless it breaks that, there's no trade. And unless it breaks this support, there's no trade. So we are in between these two zones here. No break on GCAD. It closed just above, so we can't take the trade. Good work, GCAD. Yeah, looks like we don't have any setup, guys. For at least for now, we don't have any. EuroCAD already did a retest, like I said before. I don't think I'm gonna take anything on EuroCAD. It already got rejected 2 times. If you look at the 4-hour, we also have another one here, so like 3 times got rejected from the zone. To wait and see. GCAD probably is going to drop all the way to the next zone here, but we can't take it without a confirmation. There's no traffic on the left here. It needs to drop, but we needed a close below here, and we didn't get that. Also, we didn't get a retest at this level. It dropped straight away, unfortunately. So what can I say for now? Yeah, nothing much happening. Still need to wait. GBP Australian dollar at support. USD CAD weak breakout. Let's take a look at USD CAD. USD CAD. I think you mean about this zone, but we have another zone just below here. So we're in between 2 zones. I don't think I'm gonna take this. Okay, let's take a look at AUD JPY since we don't have any other pairs. AUD JPY break of a minor zone, not good enough. It's not good enough. Only 1.6 pips above. I think it's not a good confirmation. Let's take a look at US 30. Maybe we have a trade there. Wow, what a bullish run. It's crazy. See, nothing much. Looks like there was a very nice break and retest actually here. See how we got, we had a breakout, and actually we had 2 break and retests here. First one during momentum, a breakout, a retest, then the next one here. This could have been daily. Let's see. No, the same. GBP CHF, it's the worst trade ever. It's the worst pair ever for me. CAD JPY. CAD JPY already did the move. Don't see much. CAD JPY looks like it was also a break and retest on the daily. It's crazy. This can go a lot more. Expect this to push a lot more. But there's some traffic on the left. Might have some problems, but after that, yeah, Geo can still continue down, but taking some time. But like I said, if we do get a break of this minor support, then I might give it a chance. But except that still don't trade this range, because you'll just get stuck on it. Okay guys, so I'm gonna have to go. For now. We don't have any trades, so there's no point of staying in the charts until the next hour. There is nothing. So see you for now. Have a nice day, and see you tomorrow. Thank you all for participating. Have a nice day. Use good risk management, and we'll see. Maybe you're gonna get a trade on your session, but for now it's too slow. It's nothing really happening. See you all. Thank you.